You think we'll see my star there?
A star? You have a star?
Yeah, I don't think you have
She
a
was a
star. I don't
quiet
remember
girl
you.
who barely wanted to speak in front of her classmates. Just a few years later, she would stand before millions of viewers, make an entire audience laugh without moving her lips, and become one of the biggest success stories in America's Got Talent history. But winning the competition was only the beginning. Behind the standing ovations, sold-out shows, and television appearances lies an inspiring journey filled with determination, unexpected opportunities, and even a few frightening challenges. Stay with us as we uncover the remarkable rise of Darci Lynne Farmer. From an ordinary girl with an extraordinary dream to one of the most celebrated ventriloquists of her generation. Long before the bright lights, sold-out theaters, and national television appearances, Darci Lynne Farmer was simply a young girl growing up in Oklahoma with a personality that few would have imagined belonged to a future entertainer. Friends and family knew her as kind, creative, and full of imagination, but they also noticed something else. She was incredibly shy. Speaking in front of groups made her nervous, and like many children, she often struggled with the confidence to express herself in public. Her parents wanted to encourage her to step outside her comfort zone, so they looked for activities that would allow her to build confidence while having fun. At first, there was no indication that ventriloquism would become part of her life. In fact, the art itself had become something of a forgotten form of entertainment for younger audiences. While magic, singing, and dancing remained popular, very few children dreamed of becoming ventriloquists. Everything changed after Darci attended a local event where she watched a professional ventriloquist perform. She was completely fascinated. Instead of focusing only on the comedy, she became curious about the incredible skill required to make a puppet appear alive while a performer spoke without moving their lips. It wasn't just a funny act. It was storytelling, acting, singing, and comedy all combined into one performance. Recognizing her excitement, her parents surprised her with her very first puppet. What seemed like a simple gift quickly became the beginning of a life-changing journey. Darci spent countless hours practicing in front of mirrors, studying every movement, refining her voice control, and learning how to create believable personalities for her characters. She wasn't satisfied with simply making the puppet talk. She wanted each character to have its own unique voice, emotions, and sense of humor. Practice soon became a daily routine. While many children spent their free time on video games or television, Darci dedicated herself to improving her craft. Every performance, no matter how small, became another opportunity to gain confidence. School events, local talent shows, and community gatherings gave her valuable experience performing in front of live audiences. Little by little, the shy girl who once feared public speaking began transforming into a confident entertainer, capable of holding an audience's attention from beginning to end. Neither Darci nor her family could have imagined where this journey would eventually lead. What started with one puppet and a simple desire to overcome shyness was quietly preparing her for the biggest stage of her life. Before long, an opportunity would arrive that would change everything, not just for Darci, but for the future of ventriloquism itself. By the time Darci Lynne had gained confidence performing at local events, it was clear that she possessed something truly special. Her routines weren't just technically impressive. They were entertaining, heartfelt, and surprisingly polished for someone so young. Every appearance helped her sharpen her timing, strengthen her stage presence, and develop a chemistry between herself and her growing cast of puppet characters. As her reputation spread throughout regional talent competitions, judges and audiences began noticing that she wasn't simply repeating memorized jokes. She knew how to tell stories, connect emotionally, and make each puppet feel like a real personality. Whether one character was confident and outspoken, or another was sweet and shy, Darci made every interaction believable. It was this ability to breathe life into her performances that separated her from many other young entertainers. Her dedication also meant constantly raising the bar. Instead of settling for basic conversations with her puppets, she challenged herself with more difficult routines, including musical performances. Singing while performing ventriloquism is widely considered one of the most demanding skills in a profession. It requires precise breath control, vocal flexibility, and remarkable concentration. Rather than avoiding the challenge, Darci embraced it, spending countless hours rehearsing until every note and every movement felt natural. Support from her family played an important role, throughout this journey. They encouraged her to dream bigger, while reminding her that improvement came through patience and consistency. Success wasn't built overnight. Behind every polished performance were countless practice sessions, mistakes, revisions, and repeated attempts to perfect even the smallest details. Eventually, an opportunity appeared that had the potential to change her future forever. She decided to audition for America's Got Talent, one of the most competitive talent shows in the world. The decision itself was both exciting and intimidating. Thousands of talented performers audition every season, all hoping for a chance to impress the celebrity judges and millions of viewers watching at home. Standing backstage before her audition, the pressure was enormous. She wasn't just representing herself. She was introducing an art form that many people believed had faded from mainstream entertainment. There was no guarantee that the judges would appreciate ventriloquism, especially from a young contestant competing against singers, dancers, magicians, and other experienced performers. When her name was finally called, Darci walked onto the stage carrying one of her most recognizable puppet companions. The audience had no idea they were about to witness one of the most unforgettable auditions in the show's history. Within minutes, laughter filled the theater, followed by genuine amazement as she effortlessly combined comedy, flawless ventriloquism, and powerful singing into a single performance. By the time the act came to an end, it was obvious that something extraordinary had happened. The judges were visibly impressed. The audience erupted into thunderous applause, and the momentum of her career changed in an instant. That single audition wasn't just a successful performance. It marked the beginning of a remarkable journey that would soon capture the attention of millions around the world. The moment Darci Lynne finished her audition, the atmosphere inside the theater changed completely. The audience leaped to its feet in a roaring standing ovation, while the judges exchanged looks of genuine surprise. It wasn't just that she had performed ventriloquism exceptionally well. It was the way she blended humor, confidence, and live singing into one seamless act. For many viewers, it felt like they were witnessing the arrival of a once-in-a-generation talent. One judge, in particular, was so moved by the performance that they decided not to wait for the voting process. Instead, they reached forward and pressed the coveted golden buzzer. Instantly, golden confetti rained from above as the audience erupted with cheers. Darci stood on stage overwhelmed with emotion, realizing that she had just earned a direct path to the live shows. It was a life-changing moment that transformed an unknown teenager from Oklahoma into one of the most talked-about contestants of the season. But receiving the golden buzzer also brought enormous expectations. Millions of people were now watching to see whether she could live up to the excitement of her audition. Instead of letting the pressure overwhelm her, Darci used it as motivation. Every new performance introduced fresh characters, creative jokes, and increasingly difficult routines that showcased her growing confidence and remarkable versatility. Week after week, viewers tuned in to see what she would do next. Some performances focused on comedy, while others highlighted her impressive ability to sing through her puppet characters without breaking the illusion. Audiences weren't simply watching a ventriloquist. They were watching a complete entertainer capable of making people laugh one moment and leaving them amazed the next. As the competition progressed, it became clear that Darci wasn't relying on a single successful audition. She consistently delivered performances that felt fresh and unpredictable. Each appearance expanded her fan base, and social media quickly filled with clips that spread across the internet, introducing millions more people to her extraordinary talent. The judges repeatedly praised not only her technical skill, but also her stage presence and professionalism. Despite her young age, she displayed the confidence of someone with years of experience. More importantly, she remained humble and grateful throughout the competition, earning admiration from both viewers and fellow contestants. When the finale finally arrived, the competition was incredibly strong. Every finalist dreamed of taking home the championship, but Darci had built extraordinary momentum over the course of the season. As America cast its votes, anticipation reached its highest point. Then came the announcement everyone had been waiting for. Darci Lynne was officially crowned the winner of America's Got Talent. The victory came with a substantial cash prize and the opportunity to headline a prestigious show in Las Vegas. Yet the greatest reward was something money couldn't buy. Millions of fans now knew her name, and she had helped bring ventriloquism back into the spotlight for an entirely new generation. Her unforgettable journey on the show was over, but the biggest chapter of her career was only just beginning. Winning America's Got Talent instantly transformed Darci Lynne's life. Almost overnight, she went from being a talented young performer with a growing local following to an internationally recognized entertainer. Invitations for television appearances, interviews, and live performances arrived one after another, and fans from around the world wanted to see more of the young ventriloquist who had captured America's heart. Rather than slowing down after the competition, Darci embraced the opportunity to build a long-term career. She appeared on several popular television programs, where audiences once again saw the unique chemistry between her and her puppet characters. Each appearance introduced her talent to new viewers, many of whom had never watched America's Got Talent. Her performances consistently reminded people that ventriloquism could still surprise, entertain, and connect with audiences of all ages. Live touring soon became another major milestone. Performing in theaters across the United States gave Darci the chance to interact directly with thousands of fans. Unlike a television competition, where each act lasts only a few minutes, a full-length stage show required much more preparation. She expanded her collection of puppet characters, developed longer storylines, added fresh comedy, and included more music to create a complete entertainment experience. As her confidence grew, so did her creativity. Every puppet developed a more distinct personality, allowing audiences to feel as though they were watching conversations between real individuals rather than scripted performances. Some characters were playful and energetic, while others delivered witty jokes or unexpected emotional moments. This variety kept every show fresh and gave returning fans something new to enjoy. Her success also earned the respect of many experienced entertainers. Professional ventriloquists and performers praised her exceptional technique, especially her ability to sing while maintaining the illusion that her puppet was doing the vocals. Achieving that level of control requires years of practice, and many experts recognize that Darci had mastered skills that even seasoned performers find challenging. Beyond live performances, she continued exploring new opportunities in the entertainment industry. She made television appearances, participated in special events, and expanded her presence online, where millions of viewers watched highlights from her performances. Clips of her routines continued attracting new fans years after her victory, proving that her appeal extended far beyond a television competition that introduced her to the world. Despite her growing fame, Darci maintained the warm, humble personality that audiences had admired from the very beginning. She frequently expressed gratitude toward her family, mentors, and supporters, acknowledging that none of her achievements would have been possible without their encouragement. That genuine appreciation helped strengthen the connection she shared with her audience. However, life in the spotlight isn't always filled with applause and celebration. As her popularity continued to grow, fame also brought unexpected challenges. Behind the scenes, Darci and her family would eventually face a disturbing situation involving an overly obsessed individual, an experience that served as a reminder that celebrity often comes with risks that fans rarely see. Fortunately, the situation was handled through the proper legal channels, allowing her to continue pursuing her career while focusing on what she loved most, bringing smiles to audiences around the world. As Darci Lynne's popularity continued to soar, she discovered that success in the entertainment industry came with responsibilities that extended far beyond the stage. Maintaining a career required constant travel, rehearsals, media appearances, and the challenge of balancing her personal life with a demanding performance schedule. While fans often saw the excitement of sold-out shows and standing ovations, much of her time was spent preparing behind the scenes to ensure every performance met the high standards audiences had come to expect. During these years, Darci also continued growing as an artist. Rather than relying on the same routines that had made her famous on America's Got Talent, she worked to expand her abilities. She refined her comedic timing, experimented with new musical performances, and introduced additional puppet characters that brought fresh personalities to her shows. This willingness to evolve kept her performances exciting and demonstrated that she was committed to building a lasting career instead of depending solely on her television success. At the same time, fame brought challenges that few young performers are fully prepared for. One of the most concerning situations involved an individual who became dangerously fixated on Darci. According to publicly reported court records, Authorities later accused the person of repeatedly attempting to contact her and making unwanted efforts to approach her despite clear warnings to stay away. Because Darci was still young, her family and law enforcement treated the matter with the seriousness it deserved. Legal action was eventually taken to help protect her safety, and restrictions were put in place to prevent further. Today, years after her unforgettable victory on America's Got Talent, Darci Lynne has accomplished something that very few reality competition winners ever achieve. She has remained relevant. While many champions enjoy a brief moment in the spotlight before gradually fading from public attention, Darci has continued to perform, grow, and evolve as an entertainer. Her journey proves that winning the competition wasn't the destination. It was only the first chapter of a much larger story. As she has matured, so has her approach to performing. Her shows have become more polished, her comedy more refined, and her stage presence even stronger. Fans who first watched her as a young contestant have had the opportunity to see her develop into a confident professional capable of leading full-length productions and captivating audiences for an entire evening, rather than trying to recreate the past. She has embraced change while staying true to the qualities that made people fall in love with her in the first place. Perhaps one of Darci's greatest accomplishments is the impact she has had on ventriloquism itself. Before her breakthrough, many people viewed the art form as something from another era. Her performances introduced it to a completely new generation, inspiring countless young performers to pick up puppets of their own and explore a craft they might never have considered. In many ways, she helped breathe new life into a tradition that had been losing mainstream attention. Her story also carries a much deeper message than entertainment alone. As a child, she struggled with shyness and lacked confidence in speaking before groups. Instead of allowing fear to define her future, she discovered a creative outlet that transformed her life. Through patience, discipline, and thousands of hours of practice, she turned one of her greatest insecurities into one of her greatest strengths. It's a reminder that confidence is rarely something people are born with. It is something that can be built through perseverance and a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone. Looking ahead, there's every reason to believe that Darci Lynne's career still has plenty of exciting chapters to come. Whether through national tours, television appearances, new creative projects, or ventures that audiences haven't yet imagined, she has already shown ability to adapt and continue growing. That versatility is one of the key reasons she remains such a respected figure in family entertainment. From a quiet girl in Oklahoma to one of the most recognizable ventriloquists in the world, Darci Lynne's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Her talent opened the door, but it was her relentless work ethic, humility, and determination that allowed her to walk through it. Long after the golden buzzer stopped echoing and confetti settled, her story continues to inspire millions. If you enjoyed learning about Darci Lynne's incredible journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the lives of today's most fascinating stars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.